Chase McGrath for the win for the Volunteers. From 40. On the way, a knuckleball. He got it! And here they come.
Yes, there they went. 100,000 plus made their way on to the playing surface of Neyland Stadium, and it cost the school $100,000. But
worth it. Did you see that? Did you see where the goalposts ended up?
One of them ended up on Frat Row. The other one ended up in the Tennessee River, which is the perfect location. Let's be honest.
Absolutely, I saw. So I saw them take it off the field, and they were like, I don't know if you watched the post game, which I'm sure you did. They were like, how are they going to get that thing out of there? And then they started going up with it, like to the bleachers. I guess they were going to throw it off. But shout out to those people that kept with it. Do what?
That would have been a terrible idea.
Oh, I would have bailed. I mean, I would have definitely been in on it at the beginning, but then like, this is taking too long. You know, how are we going to get out of here? I'm out.
First, this is a terrible idea. There are people down there, and
Right.
you don't do that.
Exactly. Yeah. Should anybody go warn them? Nah. They probably would have taken the punch and kept going.
Oh,
Everybody was still alive.
everybody was pretty hype. There's
Yeah, I
no
know.
there. I wonder if those are my people, man. They're not waving, but I think it could be. Taking a look there at the
Where at?
yellow AJ's.
Oh yeah.
Are there?
Is that them?
I don't know. I can't. I mean, obviously, I can't see their faces, but
Right.
I do know that some folks that I was lucky enough to be a part of their wedding yesterday. They're from Maine, and they had, let's see, including the bride and groom, there were 6 in the wedding party, 2 parents from each side. So that makes, 12? And then there were 6 others. So there were 18 total people there.
Oh,
And
nice.
it was so cool. Like, everybody had a good time. We danced. They had these apple
DJ
cider
Sizzle.
mimosas.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
And it was really, really good. I was a little surprised at how good it was, but they also had some cinnamon whiskey to add to it. So you could throw that in there. I mean, it was a good time. They had a delicious cake and wonderful, but they're out on Broadway this morning, and I don't know if that was them or not, but I know that they are.
Do they know where they're supposed to be waving at?
Yeah,
two?
I told them, just like I said, look at the Jack sign and just look up.
I bet that thing is hard to spot.
Oh, I'm sure. Well, you see this one on the far right hand side. There's another camera right there.
Oh yeah, I guess they look like that. Huh?
So I mean, you would just look at it and say, "Oh, there's a camera. Let's wave at it." So,
Right.
I don't know, but if you see some folks waving, they are my friends Casey and Gideon and their wedding party. So anyway, it's been a fantastic weekend, man. It could not have gone any better.
Honestly, man, I'm so glad that.
That's a lot. It could have gone better. The Braves could have won, but they didn't.
Oh yeah.
It is what it is.
Did the Yankees end up winning last night?
I have no idea. I legitimately, like, after I quit
Baseball's dead to me.
baseball as soon as like the Braves lost Game 3. I was like, I'm not stressing over Game 4. I'm just gonna let this kind of go. And
Right.
Yes, the Yankees did end up winning.
Oh, okay.
So they'll play Game 5 today, I think.
Gotcha.
Yes,
AJ
Game
Brown
5
had a game
today,
last night.
6:07 TBS.
TBS. What's that stand for? Do you know? Television Bureau of Security.
Turner Broadcasting.
Oh.
Yeah. So Ted Turner, who used to own the Braves, that's why they were on the Superstation TBS back in the day.
Gotcha.
There you go. Yeah.
Fantastic.
It was a great weekend, and I cannot wait to see the video that the wedding videographer got on Saturday night?
Yeah. Which song had him jumping?
Oh no, 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 no.
No, it was every one of them.
It was me, the father of the groom, and the wedding coordinator hovered over a trash can with 51 seconds to go in the game, and now they were ready to go and kick the game-winning field goal, and I was certain I was going to hurl.
Oh man, yeah, is that why you had the trash can there ready to go?
I was like, we're
That was
going
the
to lose
ugliest kick ever.
ridiculous fashion. They're going to kick a field goal, win it, or whatever, and we're going to lose, and I'm going to throw it.
They didn't, so they missed one, right?
They missed a 50-yarder.
And then we went, yeah.
And so we were off of Natchez Trace Parkway, so like there's
Right.
very little service.
Mm-hmm.
So I was trying to listen to the radio broadcast because it was the easiest way to get it, but I couldn't. It still wasn't working great. And then I tried to pull up the CBS video on my phone. That didn't work. So I ended up having to watch the game cast. That's just the lines.
Right.
And it tells you play by play, like what happened.
Yep.
So I pull up the game cast. I see that they've missed the field goal, and Tennessee has the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm standing there. We're watching it, and then the second pass that goes, to the 18 or whatever.
Felt like he was in the air forever.
So that pass was completed. And as soon as it was completed, like we all kind of hunkered down at that point.
Everybody pick your spot. Don't touch me.
I was squatting like a catcher, and I'm just like, I'm looking at the phone, and then as soon as it said 52-49-000, I jumped up. This guy, I don't know these people, okay?
Right.
This random guy
Just
comes
doing their
running
wedding.
around the corner, jumps into my arms, and we just like embrace for a good 5-6 seconds. And the videographer got all of this. She videoed me like sitting on the ground, jumping up and down, getting.
That's a perfect representation of how the release was once it hit 0-0 or triple zeros.
I legitimately, anyway. So.
Yeah, it was fun to yell "Go Vol!" Like after Shoney's, we were walking out and there was just family of 8 in this huge like caravan type deal, and they had their window down, and I saw them wearing orange, and I was like, "Go Vols!" And they all stopped, rolled all their windows down, and yelled it right back at me as loud as they could. It was the biggest smile ever.
Well, it was a great weekend, and even though the Braves lost, it's okay. If I had to sacrifice the Braves to get a Tennessee win on Saturday, I'm happy
over
to do
Bama.
Yeah. Hey, apparently they have cleaned, because I can see Bridgestone Arena now clearly. There's no.
Oh yeah, they did.
So
crystal clear.
Cameras. Look at there. We've got a lot to get to today. We've got top stories coming up. We're going to take a look at. There's an event coming up on Friday, I think, the 21st. Yeah, Friday in Clarksville, and Stephanie Miller has a report from This Week in Clarksville. We get her a little bit later as well. We'll, of course, tell you what today's National Calendar Day is. We'll do all of that. But before we do anything else, we got to get to today's weather.
Yes. Today's weather, just like every day, is brought to you by Roy Meat Service. Whether it be a bologna sandwich, a piece of steak, anything meat related, you can count on them to provide it. They're your local meat shop. Whether it be ribs, mac and cheese, RC Cola, you'll be in heaven. Everyone on the staff is so nice and attentive. It's highly recommended by everybody at Main Street Media, but especially me and Chris, because they have Ez Fernando's quesadillas. They're fantastic. And especially if you want to barbecue at home, they've got raw meat to go. You can visit them in person by going to 605 South 19th Street in Nashville. Give them a call at 615-227-2583 or visit them online. They have an amazing photo gallery that you can see everything I just said at roymeatservice.com. And today's weather is very interesting. It's high 61, pretty chilly. Low is the freezing point here in America. We say Fahrenheit, 32, and there's 0% chance of rain, which is awesome. Doesn't feel like there's a lot of humidity. I don't know how there would be. I don't know how weather works. But it's 62%. And those who are not fans of the UV index, today's your day because we are 1 out of 10. That is your weather brought to you by Roy meets Service.
All right, and now we take a look at today's traffic. That's right. Your traffic is brought to you by 54, a Nashville area nonprofit serving older adults, a proud partner with the All of Us research program from the National Institutes of Health. Learn how you can help change the future of health by visiting our website at joinallofus.org/50forward. And as you can see right there on your screen, there is a little bit of traffic right there on it's 24. Is it 24 westbound there?
Yeah, Interstate 24 westbound at Davidson.
24 westbound right there is at the Antioch exit there. It appears to be a multi-vehicle crash with the westbound left lane blocked and the left shoulder is blocked there. So make sure to avoid that area because it's not going to be a good time. 40 westbound, just outside of Lebanon, past the in between the 171 and 840, there is a multi-vehicle crash at mile marker 228. The eastbound right two lanes are blocked. So if you are headed out of town going toward Lebanon, then you're going to have a bad time. Of course, there's traffic at the 440 split, as well as all the way out and into the downtown loop. And of course, 24 and 65, no worries today. A few merging delays right there at 431 at Talbot's Corner, but that's it. So there you go. And then look, I don't know what that. I'm so glad that I'm not driving to Columbia from Bellevue anymore.
That just sounds like, I don't know exactly what the route is there, but that just sounds like it takes a long time.
It's not great, but 40 westbound and 40 eastbound both slow down, stoppage, and I just don't know why. Like, there's no like yellow triangle that says here's what's going on. So
right,
I have no idea why there's issues there, but there are every day. So I'm assuming it's construction.
That's the most frustrating thing. It's
really
like not knowing why. I just want a reason.
The southbound left shoulder is blocked due to a disabled vehicle at mile marker 70 on Interstate 65 southbound.
It's not polite to call that out. I'm just kidding.
Between Brentwood and Franklin. So it's not disabled. So there you go. That's your traffic for today, brought to you by 50 Forward.
Noise.
Man, what a fantastic weekend and a great week ahead. I'm so looking forward to this week. It's going to be a fantastic week. We've got, of course, we'll have Terry McCormick on tomorrow, even though we have nothing to talk about from last week. But the Titans did open as 2.5-point favorites over Indianapolis for this coming weekend.
Did you see Matt Ryan put up 398 yards?
He had a good.
He always gets yards though.
Had a good week. Now, what we will be able to talk about is at 2:00 today, John Cooper and the Tennessee Titans will be hosting a press conference. And that press conference will be to announce that he is going to ask the Metro City Council to approve funding for a new domed stadium for the Tennessee Titans. So we'll talk a little bit about that, or at least that's according to Nate Rao of Axios, by the way.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's
press
right.
Conference today will be carried live on Main Street Sports Today. So if you're looking for a place to find that press conference, we'll have it at 2:00 on Main Street Sports Today. Justin, that is your job.
I got you.
Figure out how to get that in. You have to go down there. Like, you just figure it out, man. I don't
know. I'll print off a media pass here. I'll call up Braves.
Whatever you got to do. But no, we will have it. We'll have the media conference live at 2:00 today. So we'll talk to Terry about that tomorrow.
We'll see how many perks a season ticket holder gets.
See what happens.
Just act like I'm own the place.
And well, you do technically own a seat.
It's true too.
So there you go. So we'll do that. We'll also talk to Nick Tressler of Raised Rowdy on Wednesday. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And of course, we'll get you ready for all the weekend's events on Thursday and Friday. Should be a fantastic time. But we've got our top 3 stories of the week and the weekend coming your way here on the other side of a break here on Mornings on Main Street. I'm Chris Yow, your host, along with Justin Kulick. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. It's Main Street Media here.
The high school football season is here, and nobody handles Friday nights better than Main Street Media. Here's Zach Womble with details.
That's the name of the game here at Main Street Media and Main Street Preps. Is, we've been doing this for a long time now, and I think you hit on it. We've got an army of reporters across all of Middle Tennessee. I think there's about 130 schools in the Middle Tennessee area, and we try to cover all of them. We cover about 11, 12 counties at this point. And those Friday night shows, it's we're gonna show that off. We're gonna showcase the talent that we have on the field with reporters across several mid-state games on the weekly basis. So whether you're in Williamson County, whether you're in Giles County or Murray County or Montgomery or Robertson or anywhere in between, we're gonna have you covered from 6 to 11.
Friday Night Live is presented by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, where fans don't let fans drive drunk.
This is Eric Berner with Rockcastle Wealth Advisors. I help people in the pursuit of making their money live as long as they do. People hire me because I use a customized, individualized, and personal approach for the person I'm working with. Everyone's situation is different. If you've lost a spouse or a parent and want to make sure your inheritance is utilized and does not just disappear, I can help with that. Call me at 615-235-1058 or email eric@rockcastlewealth.com.
Buddy Allen, it's a tradition. Come on into our store. Buddy Allen, it's a heritage for 40 years and more. What makes a house kind of special? Close friends walking in the door. Flowers blooming in the springtime and little children playing on a Buddy Allen floor.
This is attorney Bart Durham, and this is me. I'm Aaliyah. Keeping in good physical condition is really important to me. But when I had a wreck with a tractor-trailer truck that hurt my legs so bad I couldn't work for almost a year, I knew I needed a lawyer that understood tractor-trailer cases. So I called Bart. Bart gets millions of dollars for his clients every year.
At Bart Durham Injury Law, we've handled hundreds of tractor-trailer cases.
My dad and I want to help. Give us a call at 615-242-9000.
What'd you say?
I like it. So
Yeah.
A little scratch action.
Little DJ Yow.
Feeling good on this Monday morning. Looking forward to getting to our top stories of the day. Always a good time. So let's hop right in and get right to it. Democratic gubernatorial candidate Dr. Jason Martin is again challenging Governor Bill Lee to a debate, something the Republican incumbent has made no indication he will do, with early voting set to begin on Wednesday. Martin spoke at a rally at Legislative Plaza on Tuesday of last week to announce an endorsement from the Tennessee Education Association's Fund for Children and Public Education. The people of Tennessee deserve a respectful conversation about his record, Martin said, pointing out Lee debated his previous adversary, former Nashville Mayor Carl Dean, 4 years ago. Governor Lee, if you're listening, we're waiting for you to come to the table and have a respectful discussion about your record. Governor Lee has made no indication that he will debate Martin in his reelection campaign. The last time an incumbent governor debated his opponent was in 2006, when then Governor Phil Bredesen debated Republican challenger Jim Bryson. The governor's campaign released a new ad on Tuesday touting Lee's work to extend TennCare and dental benefits for postpartum women and work to streamline policies for foster and adoptive families. We've made investing in children, families, and moms a top priority. We've put millions into women's health care, expanding TennCare benefits dramatically for new moms, Lee says in the ad. Your family, my family, we're just getting started. Lee is one of several Republicans in high-profile races who are declining to debate their opponents. In the race for Tennessee's 5th Congressional District, Republican Andy Ogles has made no sign he will debate Democratic Senator Heidi Campbell, despite her challenges. And in District 7, Democrat Odessa Kelly has challenged incumbent Congressman Mark Green to debate without success. Both districts are favored toward Republicans after redistricting. Martin criticized Lee's support of school vouchers and charter schools, including those proposed by an operator supported by conservative Hillsdale College. He said if elected, increasing funding for public education would be a top priority. His support for public schools was held by a group of Nashville teachers who attended the rally, including Charlene Culbertson, an elementary school teacher at Metro Nashville Schools. She says since 2020, she's worked shifts at Starbucks on top of her job at MNPS to be able to afford living in her native Nashville, where her family has lived for generations. Now her days start with a shift at 4 a.m. before heading off to teach until 3 p.m. I don't think people understand that teachers are an endangered species, said Amy Flatt, a career educator at MNPS. Early voting, as said, is set to begin on Wednesday. In hopes of spearheading a much-needed revitalization along Hendersonville's West Main Street corridor, the city's planning department released a draft land use plan for the area known as Westlake. The Westlake Revitalization Project Plan encompasses an approximately 3.5-mile stretch along West Main Street, bounded by Sanders Ferry Road to the east and the Davidson County line to the west. The plan draws on research Kimley Horn conducted both on the Nashville area housing market as well as with local residents. Approximately 340 people responded to an online survey conducted in 2021. The consultant met and talked with several stakeholders as well. The biggest priorities, according to survey respondents, were traffic congestion, the appearance of West Main Street, shopping, dining options, and safety. 8 out of 10 people said they would like to see more restaurants and retail options along the corridor. Planned priorities include encouraging new restaurant and retail choices, offering thoughtful housing options, leveraging catalyst projects like Music City Studios, better connectivity, improving appearance, and creating an identity. The plan identifies 3 distinct districts: Gateway or Anchor West, Midway, and Dockside. Each of the districts will be branded with signage and beautification efforts along West Main Street. The plan also includes more street connectivity and lanes for improved traffic flow. Many of them require private investment. Business owner Greg Yandell said he is glad to see the city focus its efforts on revitalizing that part of town. I think it's a great start for the city, and I'm excited to see them put renewed focus on this part of town, he said. Yandell, who owns Hendersonville Ace Hardware, has formed the nonprofit entity Original Hendersonville with others who are focused on supporting businesses along West Main Street. The nonprofit will focus on securing state and federal grants to help owners upgrade their buildings or even purchase vacant buildings, according to Yandell. He said the proposed land use plan is a good first step for the city, but he also hopes the city will consider ways to encourage building owners to upgrade their properties without exacting a huge financial burden. The Westlake plan will be unveiled at a public meeting Tuesday, October 18th. That is tomorrow at the Gene Brown Elementary School. And the Planning Commission will hold a work session on the new land use plan on November 15th and will likely vote to approve it in December. Once a new land use plan is put into place, new zoning ordinances will follow, likely by the end of next year. And finally, Senator Heidi Campbell, the aforementioned Democrat vying for the Tennessee's 5th Congressional District seat, outraised Republican adversary, former Murray County Mayor Andy Ogles, nearly a 2-to-1 in the last quarter, according to new filings with the FEC. Campbell raised more than $533,000 to Ogles' $297,800 this quarter, according to those documents filed last Saturday. As they head into the final days of the race with nearly $150,000 more cash than her opponent. Campbell has also outraised Ogles in individual donations through the race. In all, Campbell has raised $862,486 from individual donors. Ogles raised $563,448 in individual contributions, but boosted his totals with a $320,000 loan. Now, Ogles fundraised relatively little during the primary, instead riding on the coattails of several national PACs to clinch the GOP nomination in August, including spending by a PAC funded solely by his own campaign treasurer, raising questions of unlawful coordination. Ogles continues to refuse to answer questions on the matter. His attorney threatened Main Street Nashville with legal action when asked questions about a complaint filed with the FEC. Campbell spent slightly more than Ogles in the quarter, $184,000 to $126,500. She remains the only candidate of the six running in Tennessee's 5th, 6th, and 7th congressional districts who has booked television ads yet for the general election. For the final weeks of the race, early voting begins Wednesday. Ogles has just under $455,000 cash on hand, while Campbell has nearly $600,000. Unlike in the knockdown, drag-out Republican primary, there's no high-dollar spending from national Trump and Koch-related super PACs at this time. And since the primary, Campbell has successfully positioned herself as the moderate in the race, making issues like healthcare, inflation, and jobs, as well as childcare access front and center. Campbell's also netted some high-profile endorsements. First Lady Jill Biden spoke at a fundraiser for her and other Democratic candidates in West Nashville last week. Former Governor Phil Bredesen and retiring Congressman Jim Cooper have endorsed Campbell. Former President Donald Trump endorsed Ogles last Saturday, calling him, quote, a tireless fighter for our America First agenda. It's not Trump's first endorsement in the race. In January, he endorsed D.C. transplant Morgan Ortagus for the job, but the GOP State Executive Committee later booted her from the ballot. And finally, looks like we've got 4 stories today. Justin, I can't count. That's okay. Country Music Hall of Fame and Country Music Association gathered over the weekend to induct the 2022 inductees into the Country Music Hall of Fame: Joe Gallant, Jerry Lee Lewis, and Keith Whitley. Gallant was inducted into the non-performer category, which is awarded every third year in rotation with recording and or touring musician and songwriter categories. Lewis was inducted into the Veterans Era Artist category, while Whitley was inducted into the Modern Era Artist category. Country Music Hall of Fame members and country duo Brooks and Dunn hosted a press conference earlier this year to announce the news, and Sarah Traherne, CMA Chief Executive Officer, said this year's inductees are trailblazers who each paved their own unique path within country music. Jerry Lee, Keith, and Joe each found their musical callings early in life and displayed a strong-minded and fierce passion for music making. In very different ways, they all have left a lasting impact on the industry and generations of fans alike. I'm thrilled to welcome this deserving class into the Country Music Hall of Fame. To be recognized by country music with their highest honor is a humbling experience, said Lewis. A little boy from Faraday, Louisiana, listening to Jimmy Rogers and Hank Williams, never thought he'd be in a hall amongst them. I'm appreciative of all those who have recognized that Jerry Lee Lewis music is country music and that our Almighty God for his never-ending redeeming grace. In my heart, it feels like an absolutely appropriate honor, but at the same time, I know that Keith would be painfully humbled and even shy about accepting an induction into the Country Music Hall of Fame, says Grand Ole Opry star Lori Morgan, who was married to Whitley until his untimely passing. Music was all about emotion to Keith. It was personal. There were so many great artists he admired, even worshipped, and to stand in their company in the Hall of Fame would have been overwhelmingly emotional for him. I'm thrilled to see him honored this way for what it means to my children, Morgan and Jesse Keith, to Keith's grandchildren, the Whitley family, and to the many, many fans who continue to point to Keith as one of the all-time greats. Our new inductees come from 3 different places, but in October, they are enshrined in the same place, says Kyle Young, Country Music Hall of Fame and Museum Chief Executive Officer. Jerry Lee Lewis is a God-fearing rebel-rouser from a Mississippi River town way down south. Keith Whitley was a lefty Frizzell-loving country boy from rural Kentucky, and Joe Gallant is a game-changing executive from the urban Northeast. They all filled our worlds with music. They're all deserving of our respect and adulation, and their elections into the Country Music Hall of Fame ensure that respect and adulation will endure through the ages.
Well said.
There you have it. Country Music Hall of Fame.
Who would have thought it?
I didn't think Keith Whitley was ever going to get in. I mean, it just,
Right.
You know, it's really in honor of what could have been more so than what was, even though he, to me and to many others, is the greatest country music singer to ever live.
Oh yeah, he's a bad A, that's for sure.
Gotta love Keith Whitley, and if you don't, I don't know what you're doing. But
Get out of here.
if you're a country music fan, you don't like Keith Whitley, then you're not a country music fan. That's just the facts.
Yeah, exactly. Don't say you like it, because we get automatic notifications when someone says they like it and they don't like Keith Whitley. So
that's right.
I don't know what we do with that info.
It comes directly to my phone, and then I go to your Facebook and humiliate you.
Exactly.
I'm just kidding. I don't do that.
Yeah, he's a hacker.
There you go. Well, that's your top 4 stories for the day. I don't know how I got 4, but I did. That's okay. We didn't have a show on Friday, so I had to get some extra stuff in there.
There you go. That's what it was. Definitely. You're a student of knowledge. I was going to say the game, but that doesn't really fit here.
Sure, it's all a game. Yeah. Everything's a game.
We're not free game right now.
That's right. So let's take a break here, and when we come back, we will go to Stephanie Miller from This Week in Clarksville. She's going to tell us about an event coming up in Clarksville on Friday. So stick around here on Mornings on Main Street in the morning.
When you're thinking about golf, consider Riverside Golf Links. Under new ownership, the course has improved dramatically. It's now 27 holes, complemented by a 9-hole executive course. Book a tee time now at 615-847-5074 and get ready to enjoy the beauty of golf in the Old Hickory area at Riverside Golf Links. Hey, this is George Plaster, and I'm excited to announce that the 2nd annual Plaster and Friends Celebrity Bowling Night is going to happen Monday, November the 28th at the Hermitage Strike and Spare. The 3 charities that will benefit are Last Minute Toy Store, Martha O'Brien Center, and Stars. And our intention is to get them that money so it can do the most amount of good at Christmas time. Now, here's where I need your help. I need you to sign up to play in the most fun charity event you've ever been involved in. Imagine 64 foursomes with 64 sports personalities in the area. As a single player, it's $200. If you get a foursome, it's $800. And what I want you to do is reach out to me via email, plastergeorge@gmail.com, and we'll get you signed up and get you ready and raring to go. Again, that's plastergeorge@gmail.com for a night you will never forget.
For Dustin Timmons and Joey Donnelly, they welcome every opportunity to serve and satisfy their clients. Whether you are looking to build your dream home or renovate your current home, their team will ensure that every client and remodel is unique, luxurious, completed on time, and within budget. Contact them today to set an appointment for a free consultation or to view some of their completed projects by logging on to DonnellyTimmons.com.
At Sumner Funeral and Cremation, our mission is to serve families as our own, celebrate the life of their loved one, and help begin the healing process.
My whole family, including my wife and my mom and siblings, were very happy with the treatment that we received. I would highly recommend Sumner Funeral and Cremation.
We offer funeral, burial, cremations, and pre-planning services.
Sumner Funeral and Cremation. Traditional, affordable, dignified. SumnerFuneral.com.
I'm Bart Durham.
I was sworn in as a lawyer in 1963, and I've been working as a lawyer since then.
We're a firm that does exclusively personal injury, a lot of tractor-trailer crashes. Insurance companies will open up their checkbooks when you force them to.
We have systems that work.
We get the most money for our clients in the shortest amount of time.
I'm Blair Durham. My dad and I want to help. Give us a call at 615-242-9000.
Welcome back to This Week in Clarksville. I'm your host, Stephanie Miller. We have a fun event coming up, and this is all in support of Big Brothers Big Sisters here in Clarksville. I have Executive Director Chris Yow with me this afternoon. Hello, thank you for sharing this event with us today.
Yeah, well, it's a fun one, so I want everyone to know about it.
So do I. So it is Birdie Ball, and this is coming up on October 21st. It is a Friday, and it's going to be a great time. But Chris, please tell us all about Birdie Ball.
Yeah, so Birdie Ball is Big Brothers Big Sisters fall fundraiser. It is a downtown urban golf tournament.
How cool.
So I basically map out 9 holes here downtown Clarksville, and you get a specially designed birdie ball that you play with, and then you just use your normal clubs and you come out and you play 9 holes of golf. You get a map, and we provide 2 balls, and you get to walk the 9-hole course downtown. So it's a great way to showcase our downtown. You spend a lovely afternoon out kind of just playing around.
How cool is that, though, to get off of a course? I'm not a golfer. Are you, Chris?
I do play golf, yes.
Okay, so how fun is it to get off the golf course, come downtown in downtown Clarksville? But my first thought as a golfer would be, oh my gosh, I'm going to hit a window. I'm going to hit another car or a person. What can you say to those thinking that right now?
It's okay. It's been done. And the way these balls are designed, they immediately start to catch air. So they only fly a fraction of the distance, which is why we're able to bring golf off of a golf course and put it in a downtown environment. This ball, I think, has a max flight of like 40 yards. So if you strike it, instead of your ball going 200 yards, it's probably only going to go about 25. So you don't have to walk as far, number one. And number two, because of the way it's designed, it slows down almost immediately, and so if it does hit something, it's not going to cause any damage. So we've dinged a window or two at a friend's building on accident, but it didn't do anything. So there may or may not be some birdie balls on top of the buildings down here, but never has one gone through a window. If they won't scuff a building, they're pretty easy. And if you do get hit with one, unless you're standing right in front of the person swinging,
Which you know not to do anyways.
Right. That's golf etiquette 101. Do not stand in front of the golfer.
So, and we're on the corner right now of Commerce and Hilter, is that correct?
Hyder.
Commerce and Hyder right now. So this is a 4-way stop, and you have, at this particular section, 2 areas?
Yeah, actually from here you can kind of see 3 holes almost. So there's one back here behind Planters Bank. We hit up the alley up to the building up there. And then there's one over on the corner over here of Commerce and 3rd. Okay. We do have a dog leg around the courthouse from the lady with the camera and the dog over around to the cannon. Nice. So that's another hole. So we have 9 of those kind of crazy little holes that we map out. And actually the course has changed again. I think every single year we've created a new hole because the way our downtown is changing. One of our holes has been under construction or torn down or whatever, but it's fun and it changes it for everybody playing. So even if you've played it before and you think, oh, I've done that, you haven't, because it's a new course this year.
Well, and I'm one of those people, I love history of events. I want to know how it got started, where the idea came from. So Birdie Ball, who came up with this concept?
Well, where I used to live in Missouri, we actually did have a birdie ball tournament there, and it was the editor of the newspaper in Cape Girardeau kind of dreamt it up and started it, and I was a part of organizing and covering that for the newspaper there. Okay. And when we came here, and I just always thought it was such a fun event, and when I saw our downtown and walked it and patronized the shops and the restaurants, I thought we could do this here. So I just started looking around at corners and empty lots and buildings to figure out where we could make a golf course.
How cool is that? So a fun event for Big Brothers Big Sisters. How many years has this been happening?
This is our 4th year, I believe.
4th year, and I'm sure getting bigger and better with more players wanting to participate. So you guys have an afternoon golf set up now. Where can people go to register? Because you did mention that you might set up a morning time if you have enough participants.
Yeah, so if you visit bbbsclarksville.org/bigbirdie-ball, there's a link there to register. You can register a team or a single golfer. For the afternoon flight, we can hold about 1 or 2 more teams, but if enough people are interested, we could definitely do a morning flight. It's only 9 holes, so it only takes about 2.5 hours because you are walking it.
Right.
But they can visit bbbsclarksville.org/bigbirdie-ball to register.
Awesome, and you see that at the bottom of your screen right now. So that is the website. That's where you go to register. Again, let people know where this money goes. I mean, I know a lot of people who do either participate in Big Brothers Big Sisters. They know if you've been at an event, but others may not. What does this money help with?
Yeah, so it's general operating for our organization. Big Brothers Big Sisters is a complete nonprofit, so we don't have anything to sell other than kids' futures. And what's more valuable than that? So when you invest in a team for Birdie Ball, not only are you having a great time and maybe doing like a team building exercise with somebody on your team who doesn't normally get to play golf because they're not any good. It doesn't matter on this course. But it all goes to support our program and support the youth in our community. So we use the money for background checks, for coaching sessions with our mentors, for support sessions for our parents, for some activities, group activities for our kids. So it all goes to support the youth in the community.
Fantastic. And as you mentioned that, so if you are thinking right now, hey, I'd like to learn more, I would like to be a mentor, I'm a parent who has a kid that I'd love to get involved, they can do that too by going to your website, can they not?
Yes, bbbsclarksville.org.
All right, Chris, is there anything else about Birdie Ball on October 21st? It's a Friday. Anything else that we need to know?
I think it's actually our 5th year. I did the math while we were talking, so that's it. It's our 5th year. Come out and help us make it a great one.
It's going to be an awesome time, Chris. Thank you so much for this. So be sure to go get signed up, get some people with you, go have Birdie Ball, take part in the 9 holes and enjoy just walking around downtown Clarksville because it is a beautiful spot. All right, stick with us. We have more coming up right here on This Week in Clarksville. We'll be right back.
That was great. Birdie Ball, eh?
We're going to play Birdie Ball on Friday, right?
Oh, yeah. I'm so down, dude. I'm so down.
Our
that was
entire
fun.
show is going to be done from the Birdie Ball course.
I'm so down. Do we get to set our own? I know that she probably said it, but oh yeah, the event. Yeah, let's go, dude. I'm down. Those logos were cool. I liked them.
Yes. The
Very Uber-y.
stripe.
Yeah. Hers had a little blue in it. I guess Stephanie hasn't earned her blue yet.
You have to. That's an earned thing. No, I mean that sounds like fun. And look, I'll have to borrow your clubs though, because
That's fine. Yeah, that's good. That's cool. It's funny because
give me the 2 iron.
I got you. It's like a butter knife. Literally, if you took out a butter knife, it'd be the same thing.
I saw this girl on TikTok who pulled out a 2 iron, and she's pretty good. Like, I mean, she's a fairly solid golfer, and she only played with a 2 iron. So she would just join random groups and be like, "Oh no, I'm a 2 iron pro."
Oh, I would hate that.
And like she just goes there, just hits with a 2 iron the entire time, and they're
Play
like,
well?
"You putt with that too?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'm a 2 iron pro."
Oh my gosh!
Like the entire time she does
boxing.
everything with 2 iron, and like I'm like, that's genius. Like that's hilarious for
Well,
one.
have you seen the movie Tin Cup with Kevin Costner?
He's
Yes, exactly. I'm so glad you've seen that. That's the greatest golf movie ever.
I mean, when
He did the wedge.
when he bets his car, and it's like whoever can hit it the farthest, and then the dude turns around and hits it down the road. I'm like, oh, that's something.
Got him.
I would do.
Gust of wind roams.
Oh man, that's a great movie.
It is 227 yards, and the tour player is laying up.
Oh gosh,
Quotable.
it's such a great movie. But yeah, I mean, I think we should figure it out.
I'm down, dude.
Friday we got to go.
I mean, you and that Chris girl have the same name, and it's spelled the same. That was crazy. She said Chris, and then it popped up on screen, and it actually had the CHRIS. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's kind of like my daughter being Charlie spelled CHARLIE instead of LEY
Nice.
or LEIGH or something goofy.
Yeah,
Play your kids' names right.
exactly. We know what you're trying to say. Just say it.
And it's funny, as a sports writer, like that is my biggest pet peeve is like just spell your kids' names right. Because if you tell me your kid's name, or if I hear their name on the PA, like, and then I tweet it and they're like, no, it's spelled with a Y, not an I, and I'm like, that's not how it's spelled.
Well, it shouldn't be.
Yeah, that's not how it's spelled. Spell your kids' names right. It's all.
So you're saying it's a different name?
so it's not Charlie, it's Charlie. Gotcha. Okay.
Like a lay.
Making sure. All right, let's take one more break. We'll take a final look at weather, final look at traffic. We'll get to National Calendar Day and all of that coming up right here on Mornings on Main Street. Stick with us.
The high school football season is here, and nobody handles Friday nights better than Main Street Media. Here's Zach Womble with details.
That's the name of the game here at Main Street Media and Main Street Preps. Is, we've been doing this for a long time now, and I think you hit on it. We've got an army of reporters across all of Middle Tennessee. I think there's about 130 schools in the Middle Tennessee area, and we try to cover all of them. We cover about 11, 12 counties at this point. And those Friday night shows, it's we're gonna show that off. We're gonna showcase the talent that we have on the field with reporters across several mid-state games on the weekly basis. So, whether you're in Williamson County, whether you're in Giles County or Murray County or Montgomery or Robertson or anywhere in between, we're going to have you covered from 6 to 11.
Friday Night Live is presented by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, where fans don't let fans drive drunk.
This is Eric Barner with Rockcastle Wealth Advisors. I help people in the pursuit of making their money live as long as they do. People hire me because I use a customized, individualized, and personal approach for the person I'm working with. Everyone's situation is different. If you've lost a spouse or a parent and want to make sure your inheritance is utilized and does not just disappear, I can help with that. Call me at 615-235-1058 or email eric@rockcastlewealth.com.
So, I got a DUI. Mom, Dad.
Why didn't you just call someone for a ride?
I wasn't thinking ahead. I didn't think I was gonna get caught. Yeah, my best friend Tim.
Still coming to my bachelor party next month?
This DUI cost me 10 grand, so no. Yeah, you, in the back.
Did you know I almost died when you hit me?
Didn't think this would affect so many people.
You think it was worth it?
No more questions.
Hey, this is George Plaster, and I'm excited to announce that the second annual Plaster and Friends Celebrity Bowling Night is going to happen Monday, November the 28th at the Hermitage Strike and Spare. The three charities that will benefit are Last Minute Toy Store, Martha O'Brien Center, and Stars. And our intention is to get them that money so it can do the most amount of good at Christmas time. Now, here's where I need your help. I need you to sign up to play in the most fun charity event you've ever been involved in. Imagine 64 foursomes with 64 sports personalities in the area. As a single player, it's $200. If you get a foursome, it's $800. And what I want you to do is reach out to me via email, plastergeorge@gmail.com, and we'll get you signed up and get you ready and raring to go. Again, that's plastergeorge@gmail.com for a night you will never forget.
Final segment of this Monday edition, Mornings on Main Street, here on Main Street Media Television. Thank you guys for hanging out with us today. We've got a lot of great things planned for the rest of the week, and we hope that you will stick with us each and every day starting at 10 o'clock. And then if you need to watch it on demand, you can do so on your Roku device or Apple device. Just search Main Street Media TV. Make sure to download that app, and you can watch us live or on demand at your leisure anytime. Justin, let's take one last look at weather. What do you say? Because it is a beautiful day outside.
Yes, hopefully it continues to be. It looks like it will. Today and every day. You're right. I do it every single time. Today's weather is brought to you, brought to you by Roy Meat Service. Whether it be a bologna sandwich, ribs, mac and cheese, or even an RC Cola, you'll be in heaven. Everyone is so nice and attentive on the staff. It's highly recommended by me and Chris and everybody at Main Street Media. And especially if you want to barbecue at home, if you have friends, if that's a thing that you partake in, having friendships, then you can take the meat home with you and grill it up just like Roy and his staff does on location. And you can be the life of the party. which is great. It'd be great to be the life of the party. The weather today is, like Chris said, beautiful. Currently, it's still a little chilly out, but that's good. I think I like it to be a little brisk. The high is 61, the low is 32, 0% chance of rain. It's a guarantee. 62% humidity, which anything above 50 I'm not a fan of, but since it's cold, I guess that balances out. I don't really know. Again, I'm not sure.
You're good.
Okay.
You're
UV,
not gonna go sweat outside today.
there you go. Yeah, it's not going to be like sticky. UV index is 1 out of 10, which just like the Vols did Bama, we were like, get out of here, UVs, or come in. We're not sure which one we want. But yeah, so also forgot to mention the number for Roy's Meat Service, Roy Meat Service, 615-227-2583, and you can visit them online at roymeatservice.com. That is your weather for today.
And now one last look at traffic. Traffic is brought to you by our friends at 54, the Nashville area nonprofit. They're serving older adults and a proud partner of the All of Us Research Program from the National Institutes of Health. Learn how you can help change the future of health by visiting our website at joinallofus.org/50 Merging delays pretty much everywhere. As you see there, it's the I-2440 junction. You can just see just kind of slow moving traffic there, but that's pretty much it. It's just merging delays. No accidents to report. Looks like we've still got construction and just west of the 70 South exit in Bellevue over there. But other than that, pretty much just merging delays at 2465, 4440, 2440, and that is pretty much it. So no traffic being backed up due to accidents, which is fantastic. That's what we like to see.
All day.
Right. Well,
I get the construction people got to do their thing, but I guess it's like we try to do it at night, and then I get mad at them for doing it at night.
You can't complain about the roads being poor if you're going to complain also about construction while they're fixing it. So, and now
I got a sign for both. I can protest.
There you go. There you go. Let's take a look at today's national calendar day. It is National Mulligan Day, and I have to take mulligans occasionally.
Absolutely. I'm going to mull again. That's a little joke I made up. You're like, we can tell you made it up because it's not good.
That's unfortunate.
We're very sorry about that.
Yes. Reset, realign, restart. It's this is the day where, you just kind of let it all go.
Yeah, go back to bed, start over.
Whatever. If you're having issues, it's okay. It's okay.
Right.
It's gonna get better.
Right. And if you have them, just keep them to yourself, lock them away, bury them deep, 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 never to be talked about again, and start it over.
It says here how to observe National Mulligan Day. We can all think of something that at one point in time we've said, I wish I could do that over. Celebrate the day by taking your do-over.
Wow, just that simple.
Be considerate and offer a mulligan to your friends and neighbors out there. Sometimes we all deserve it.
Hey, just a random person on the street. Hey, you want a mulligan?
Well, I mean, it makes sense though. Like, maybe somebody kind of made you mad in the past, and you're like, you know what? Let's just start over.
It's like, I'm going to give you a mulligan. It's like, I don't want one. Like you say to the person that,
Yeah,
you're like, I don't want one. It's like, okay, well, you're going to take it.
That's all right. And it's also Clean Your Virtual Desktop Day. That's the third Monday in October. It's funny that is today because I did it on Friday. I got a head start.
Ooh, nice. I was going to say, is this like for the game Sims?
Well, no. So, I've had a few issues here recently with, just my computer being a little goofy and just being an issue as far as, it's either freezing or whatever, dying on me. So I
thought you meant that it was like, it looked like the character, Mickey Mouse Goofy, like a little, like it was in the shape of a little Goofy.
It's just been my computer's been running a little slow lately, so I've got some updates I got to get to here shortly. So I'll do that. But also, I went ahead and cleaned my desktop off. I took all of the stuff out of my downloads folder and put it into my external hard drive. So
That is hype.
Do that. Clean your virtual desktop. It's important.
That is very important. No,
Keep things running smoothly.
Exactly. I love the folder thing. Shout out to folders. Big folder guy.
Okay, so it's also, and I don't have a card for this.
Gotcha.
But if you didn't know, October 17th is National Bosses Day. So shout out to Dave.
GG.
So, and to our, I guess, our direct supervisor, your dad.
Yeah, shout out to my
your
dad.
dad is National Father's Day and he has Father's Day and National Bosses Day. That's not fair. He gets 2 days.
I have my own boss offline though, so it's like I'm a boss, So,
so
even if it's not celebrated.
How to celebrate National Bosses Day. Give your boss the day off with a game of golf. Like, how do you give your Dave? Take off, man. You're good.
Hey, you're good for today, but check back in later.
I don't. How do you get? Hey, boss, why don't you take the day off? Like,
They would take that as an insult. There's no way.
Host a potluck with your boss's favorite foods. I'm very curious what would a Main Street potluck look like?
It would probably be just all Roy meats.
Ooh,
plugged.
Now, see, I'm for that.
Yeah, that'd be hype. That would be so hype.
For that.
Nice BBQ.
I'm for it. Yeah, absolutely. Let's do some BBQ, maybe some S. Fernando's quesadillas.
Yes, exactly. Get Roy out there, red apron and everything.
We could also create a timeline of your boss's accomplishments.
That would take a while.
You know what? Here's the easiest one. Give them a shout out using #BossDay on social media.
There you go. Yeah.
That's what we're going to do.
Tweet it out.
That's
The person who ever wrote this must love their boss. Which is good.
That's exactly what it is.
Very good.
Well, there you go. That is your National Calendar Day. It's a good day. Clean off your desktop, folks, and then find someone who needs a mulligan. Give them one. I'm going to pass out cards. Here's your mulligan.
Right. They're going to be like, what do you... It's like, I don't help you at all after this. Don't follow up with anything here, okay? This is just do whatever you want.
Exactly. That's what we have. This is all we have available to you. Thanks for playing.
Yeah.
All right.
What's the
That's
game?
going to do it for our Monday edition. It's Monday, October 17th. Thank you guys for hanging out with us here on Mornings on Main Street. Hope you enjoyed your news. And, of course, don't forget about Birdie Ball on Friday in Clarksville. I'm definitely going. I promise you we're going to figure out a way to make
I'm
this
down to
happen.
go. Seriously. I'm so down.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for the day. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. This has been Mornings on Main Street. He's Justin. I'm Chris. You guys have a great day.
See y'all.